Yes. I'm always ready.
All right, we're going live now.
Right now? How about now?
You're live.
You're live.
Yes.
I saw that.
We are live. Yes, it's been a while since we've been live.
Hey, how's it going?
It's
Hey,
been months.
see, I can see this stuff now. That's cool.
Yeah, we're going to work on getting a better setup and stuff, so.
We keep saying that, but we are, I mean, we are one.
We genuinely will.
We genuinely will. Microphones, cameras, maybe a live studio audience.
Someone said, sup guy, Mrs. Guy. What about me? I'm right here. Mrs. Guy isn't even on screen.
She's not here.
Yeah, exactly.
Sup, guy? What's up? So what do you guys want to talk about?
Well,
I got to acknowledge this guy here, Charles Bronson. That's cool. Because I normally don't know who's live here, and he religiously comments on everything, likes everything, awesome fan, so I really appreciate that. That's cool.
Well, notice he said, ferocious Iron Mike Tyson is going to destroy Jake Paul, no question about it. The guy is an
hope
animal.
So.
Jake might quit, and the towel will get thrown in to prevent his complete demise.
Now, Mrs. Guy said earlier she heard that Jake Paul is actually trying to get out of it a little bit.
Really?
I don't know if that. I hope it happens. I'm going to be so disappointed because I'm looking forward to this thing.
Well, I just saw a video of him today, and he was training, so
yeah.
Who knows?
Now I heard that he's going to make $40 million off the fight, and Tyson only makes $30 million, which I don't understand. That is it because he's the challenger and he set everything up, or what's going on there?
Or he just doesn't care. Tyson doesn't care as much about money.
Right.
That's possible.
Yeah, I don't know. That just struck me as a little odd, I guess. But I hope I can just picture, like, if anyone saw there was a simulation that someone did. I forget which boxer posted that.
It was in UFC 5. It was like a simulation showing Mike Tyson versus
Mike
Jake
Tyson
Paul.
just walking out. One punch, he hits, Jake Paul's on the mat, and it's over. I hope that it at least goes a couple rounds, because I remember watching Mike Tyson with my grandpa, and we would be looking forward to this all day. And then there was one fight, he just come out, and it was over in like 30 seconds or something. I'm like, oh, come on, and it was on HBO. At that time, it was free. It wasn't a pay-per-view, so at least that was one thing. But we'd been looking forward to it and talking about it for days, and then it was over in 30 seconds or something. It was some real brief time amount. I mean, it was...
Yeah. Well, that's Mike Tyson for you.
I hope it goes at least a couple rounds just to make it interesting, but I don't know. I'm of the opinion that if Mike Tyson loses this, that it almost had to be set up, because I don't see that happening.
But I also don't see Mike Tyson
I hope not.
giving in to money.
Yeah, I hope not. But I mean, $30 million, that's $30 million.
That's a lot of money, that's for sure.
Yeah, so...
A weird fact I heard about Mike Tyson?
What's that?
He has tigers, right?
Yeah.
He drinks his tiger's milk.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that where, some supplement company calls their protein tiger's milk. They got a bar. I don't know. Maybe Tyson is kind of related to that then.
There's probably other people that have tigers too. There's a lot of Saudi people.
But just the thing that says tiger's milk and it's a protein bar,
Yeah.
I don't know. That is weird.
Isn't that crazy though? Because most people are like, I've got my milk. Drinking
well, it seems to work for him.
He's drinking tiger's milk. It's pretty crazy. But
yeah, so we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. It's not till April though, so
July,
yeah. July 20th, yeah. That's
right.
So a lot of things could happen there.
Oh yeah. One thing that I like the story of this guy. His name is Buster Douglas. Do you know this story? With Mike Tyson, the fight. So Mike Tyson, undefeated at the time, and then he gets up and he's going against this guy named Buster Douglas. And Buster kept telling his mom, that he was going to win against Mike Tyson. He was going to be the first person to knock out Mike Tyson. He's going to win. And his mom died like 3 days before the fight.
Really?
And he went out there and he got knocked out. He lost consciousness. Mm-hmm. And then he got back up in the time, and then the bell saved him with like 3 seconds left on his count. He went out there, and everyone was like, it's over. Mike Tyson's just going to destroy him. And he knocked out Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy.
I'm sure we probably saw that fight.
Probably. But I just always found that so cool because he kept telling his mom, and his mom kept telling everybody, yeah, he's gonna beat him. Mm-hmm. So...
Cool. So what else is going on. I know, that boat hitting the bridge in Baltimore. That's, of course, big news.
Tragedy.
Yeah.
I haven't heard like a death toll or anything like that, but I know that there was people on the bridge.
I mean,
from what I heard, there was construction workers on the bridge, and that was it.
Yeah, last I knew, they were looking for like 6 people. They had recovered a couple people. They recovered 2 survivors at least. One was in critical.
Oh yeah,
but they were looking for like 6. The last I haven't had a chance to really look today, but yesterday. And so I don't know.
I don't know. I hope everyone's okay though. What do you think about it?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, there's a lot of speculation about it. Normally, those boats will have like what they call a pilot boat in front of them in case things like this do happen, like a tugboat type situation where they can actually bump up against the boat and slow it down. And that was a bridge that also didn't have what they call fenders around the supports. Normally, they have like a big concrete deal around them, and they have these actual fenders that are supposed to bounce boats off and kind of deflect them a little bit. That was a bridge. There's not very many bridges in that situation that don't have those, and that happened to be one of those. So,
well, that's just great.
Yeah, so I don't know. And then, of course, the conspiracy people are all like, there was explosions on the bridge if you watch it in slow motion and see at the tops here, there was sparks flying. Now, I don't know, but I would think that there's probably electrical lines running across that bridge, because why wouldn't they use? Every bridge I've seen, the hometown I grew up in even had a small bridge across the Missouri River, and they had gas lines and everything else going across using the bridge for support. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that the little explosions you see there were probably power lines or small gas lines or something like that. Of course, they're saying those were planted bombs, and I don't know.
The conspiracy theorist people will always look for a conspiracy theory in everything. That's what their minds are programmed to see.
Yeah.
So,
and there's people. You have people on both sides, engineers saying no, it was this, and then an engineer says no, it wasn't that. This is what it was, and so it's kind of like a split thing. About I always like to think that people wouldn't do something like that on purpose, I guess. But I know they do. I know they do.
Yeah.
But you want to, I don't know. I mean, accidents, of course, are going to happen. I mean, if you have thousands of those boats every day, something's going to go wrong eventually.
Yeah.
They did say that it was 26 years when the last one happened, the major one like that, where a boat took out a big bridge, and then it was 26 years before that when another one happened. So that's kind of an odd thing.
Yeah.
Francis Key Scott Bridge. I mean, he,
who's he?
He gave us the song. I mean,
I don't know.
Well, what was the song? It's come on, listeners,
Well. Maybe.
Anyways, so about Tyson. What else did you want to talk about tonight?
Well, that's a lazy way.
Oh, you had a list.
I do have a list. So you were talking about your arm.
Yeah.
Your arm is falling off.
My arm is falling off. No, I love a good conspiracy. I hurt my arm a long time ago, and I got surgery on it. And they said it could only last possibly for like 7 years, and it's been about, I think like 16 or 17 years since I had the surgery, so... But I managed to hurt it doing a little arm wrestling thing and practicing for that. But anyways, so I'm hoping it's getting better. But I don't know. It's got pins in it and all kinds of crazy stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. I think it's getting better. Huh?
Not able to really work out on it?
I've been working out, but I just kind of got a baby, which I hate that, because if I'm going to work out, I might as well just work out.
Destroy it.
Yeah.
Obliteration.
It's hard not to go full force, I guess.
Right.
And I know I need to, but then it's kind of depressing. Star Spangled Banner, that's right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, whatever that has to do with anything, I don't know. Probably nothing, but... This guy says arm wrestling is his thing, yeah. I met a couple guys at the gym, and I arm wrestled just a little bit for fun. never tournaments or any of that. Just if I got challenged a long time ago, and then of course after I hurt my arm, I never really did it because I'm paranoid about it and stuff. And arm wrestling is not really that important to me. So, and then a while back we were at a party. Remember that? And there was this arm wrestling guy, and
Yeah.
he was actually some kind of champion guy from Louisiana, and I arm wrestled him, but I used my left hand, so it wasn't a problem. But now I did these little workouts trying to see if I could arm wrestle, and obviously I can't. But so I may have to get surgery again if this doesn't heal up right. But anyways, I don't know. There's always someone. Obviously, this guy here says he has 7 fractured ribs and a collapsed
Well, did you see what he said? He
Wow.
said that he is recovering from a hit and run.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you always got to think of that. You know, you're feeling, well, my arm hurts, and you
Right.
But then there's always somebody that's got something going on a lot worse. So I guess you can't get too bummed out. But
Yeah. Well, to you, your username is otherwise. We hope you have a speedy and smooth recovery.
definitely,
Yeah.
that sucks. Hit and run, huh? Did they at least catch the guy? I wonder.
I don't know. We got someone. This is Dan the Man watching y'all from Corpus Christi, Texas. I almost took a trip there. Oh, I didn't almost take a trip, but I was really considering it. I'd like to go there eventually. It's real pretty. It's similar to Galveston.
Mm-hmm.
So, and been there a couple times.
That's where they fly stuff out over. They used to, right? Shuttles and stuff. Didn't they used to take?
Yeah,
off?
I was trying to think where Elon's stuff is for SpaceX. I think it's pretty close to there.
Right. So yeah, someone said a lot worse. Yeah, there's always somebody that's like, you start feeling bad or down on yourself, you can just look around and find somebody that's got a lot worse. So I guess you got to appreciate what you do have. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you live in the U.S., it's like you're already way ahead on some things.
Right.
And so, like, I think it was, who was it? It was Jordan Peterson was talking to somebody, and they were, like, talking about the 1% and how he was an elitist and he was privileged and everything because he was in the top 1% of wealth. And he was like, well, where are you looking at? Like, what's your perspective? Because you're in the 1%. If you make, I think it's like $30,000. If you make more than $30,000 a year, you're in the 1% of the world or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
So, you work at SpaceX?
Wow.
What do you do there?
That's cool.
There's a lot of people that work for Elon.
Right.
SpaceX,
Oh,
Tesla, Neuralink. He's got all that stuff going on.
Yeah. Elon, you guys on a first name?
Yeah, he tries talking to us about some dad jokes sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
He that's actually where we get probably about 35% of our content.
We'll have
ideas.
him on the show in a couple of weeks, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know what to think of that guy. You know,
I like him.
I want to
but
like
I don't.
him because he's kind of cool. I mean, and I like the way he just is like, F you to people. I like that. I mean, but then I don't like the part where he wants to put chips in people's heads. And I think that he's trying to advance too quickly from we are not ready for that. I mean, they're trying to, like, all these stupid fans and stuff. That may look great on paper and everybody thinks, oh, we're saving the planet. But those fans suck. They don't ever generate the power that they end up costing to make them. I mean, the carbon and all that. And then they can't be recycled because of the way they're made. So they throw them in the ground. They leak oil all over. They have oil in them. They're supposed to be saving them. I mean, I think that a lot of that technology is good later, but I don't think we're there yet. And then they try to push it on everybody. And I just don't think, like the electric cars, I understand. Like, I'm all for if someone wants to drive these hybrids that are part gas, part electric. That makes sense because you're using your own car, you're using gas to charge the battery, and then the battery takes over. I get that. But the full-on electric ones, I just don't think there's a place for that yet, personally. I mean, they're cool, they're quick, they're torquey, they're fast. Some people think they look cool, but as far as the actual technology, when you get into replacing a battery for those things, the expense of it, and just planning, if you were to take a trip across the country, planning your route so that you can plug that thing in all the time, I just don't think we're ready. And then there was this solar panel field down in, I think it was Texas, that got hit by a hailstorm. It completely took out the whole thing. And people were relying on that. That was their grid. What do you do there? I mean, eventually they will make stuff that's hail proof that works, but for now, I mean, stuff like that happens.
Well, power does go out though.
But yeah, but that's a whole power plant that just is taken down. They can't just fix that in a day or two. That's a major thing. I mean,
power plants go down from storms all the time though, even if they are powered by coal.
Right, but they can bring those back up quickly. This is all these panels are just devastated. They're just smashed to nothing because of a hailstorm, and that's something, that happens.
Yeah.
So I mean, a power plant.
Well, here's the thing about those
days.
fans, right? You were talking about. So when they brought all this global warming crap in, and they start talking about global warming. I actually just saw a funny video. It was showing the change from 1984 to 2024 of the change in the sea level. It was just a satellite shot of the same place as they built this town there, and it showed the beach. Exactly the same. Nothing changed. It was just.
It's just all lies.
But I think when they tried to bring in this global warming stuff as propaganda, then they wanted to put the fans up. This is just a theory, just thinking about it. I think they wanted to put the fans up to make it look more real. Because that's a thing that, like, you're driving through the Midwest or you're flying over. I don't know if you can see them from plane or not.
I'm sure.
But they're everywhere up there. And you can see
from Iowa. And
where they were pretty frequent.
Oh, they look so horrible.
Yeah, but think about that. If, like, you have all these people that are, like, kind of believe in it, but then they're like,
look, we're helping. Look at those things go.
They see those and they're like, yes, that's our things. Or people that are on the board.
They should research what goes into making one of those things.
That would require work, and I don't think people like to do that.
I mean, have you ever seen these things? They bring them in on huge semis, of course. Wide load trucks going down the interstate. They bring them for miles and miles. How much energy does that truck use? And then when they make these things, the smelting process of all the metals, putting all that together, that uses carbon to do that. And they only last a few years. They break down all the time. They're full of oil to lubricate them. And then when they go bad, they can't recycle that because it costs more to recycle it than what they get the metal out of it. So they just throw them in the ground. Like all these huge batteries for these cars that are electric. I mean, come on. Some of those batteries cost $25,000 to replace. And then what do they do with those? Throw them in the ground. Yep. And have you seen the zinc mines and cadmium mines that they go down in the ground? It's huge eyesore. I mean, compared to an oil line that just runs under the ground, nobody hardly, it makes news when one of them springs a leak.
Yeah.
But let's look at these huge mines, these strip mines,
Yeah.
They got to mine like 5,000 tons of earth to get one battery, to get the metals out of that. I mean, think about that. That's ridiculous. I think that it's a good idea later, but I don't. It's like when I was a kid, by 2000, everybody will be flying cars. There won't be any cars on the ground. Okay, that sounds great. Did it happen? Was it possible? No. Will it be sometime? Probably. Not in our lifetime.
Well, they have that flying car that's...
Yeah, but are they going to be everywhere? Is everybody going to own them? No, because there'd be crashes everywhere. And what do you do when you're flying a car? Cars break down all the time. You see them alongside the road. So your flying car breaks down. Where do you go? Straight down in someone's house? I mean, think about that.
Depends where you want to go.
Right. So I don't know. It's all crazy.
Someone said plants require CO2 to grow, which makes me think of something. So they complain about the high CO2 rates, but actually, if you look at it...
We need more.
The desert over... What's the big one? The Sahara Desert over in Africa is growing right now because... Or not growing, it's shrinking. The vegetation is growing in it more.
Because of the CO2.
Because of CO2. And another thing is CO2 makes up 0.04% of Earth's atmosphere. And we've raised that number. Since we started recording it, it's been raised like single-digit amount.
And probably a lot of that is from volcanoes and stuff.
Yeah, well, Earth just goes in cycles all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in an ice age 10,000 years ago.
If you look at anything like the fans or the CO2 stuff, look at if someone's making money off of it, that's why it's a big deal, and that's why they're pushing it, because they're making... I mean, look at Al Gore's stupid book. How much he's a millionaire because of that book. Polar bears are dying. The polar bear numbers are way up, and that's why they're able to show polar bears stranded on the ice and they're starving to death because there's too damn many of them now. There used to be like 7,000 of them. Now there's over 30,000. There's too many. They're not designed to have that many. They don't have the food and stuff. I mean, they're in the middle of the ice. So think about that. I mean, it's just, you got to follow the money and see who's making money off this stuff. It's ridiculous. I get, hey, let's be as clean as we can, sure. But the same people that say that are driving down the road and throwing trash out the window. Do your part. That is one of my pet peeves, you know. Yeah. I picked up trash before and threw it back in some guy's car and said, here's your trash back. Because that's ridiculous. If I finish something, I throw it down on the floorboard and maybe it stays in there a month, but I try to get it out. Yeah. I don't throw it out in the road for it to blow all over and trash the highway or whatever. You know what I mean? That's just... So people, don't throw trash out the window because I'm going to throw it back in your car.
The guy is coming for you.
That's
you
right.
were talking about following the money.
Things. I hate
and
that.
A big money industry is the food industry. There's think of how much junk food is here. Think how much money is in all that. I mean, think of like something like a Hershey's bar, because Hershey's are pretty common and a lot of people eat them. So think about like the profit they make on those, and they sell tons of them. And Hershey's owns like everything. They own like every candy, pretty much. Yeah. It's just like Pepsi and Coke own like every pop. Those two companies. And guess what? Those two companies are probably owned by the exact same company. So the food industry...
down the line,
Yeah, the food industry is a lot of money. And they're just feeding bull crap.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's all garbage. And look at our country compared to other countries that have actually... You buy a bag of Doritos in another country and look at the ingredients, it's completely different.
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
The UK...
Why is that?
Versus America, even.
Because of all the poisons that are allowed over here compared to other countries.
Yeah.
All products, or not all, but most products that we just take for granted here, they taste completely different in another country. Mm-hmm. You know, I read that the Mexican Doritos, the ones they sell actually in Mexico, are really, I mean, they're cheesier Doritos. Okay. They're better in Mexico. Now, why?
Less ingredients?
Less ingredients, and they have more cheese, natural stuff in there, so they taste better.
It makes you wonder, though, like, why are they doing that? Why is there so much crap in our food? Is it because...
kill us?
Well,
healthcare costs.
You have to look at it from a non-conspiratorial thing, where you have to look at...
I don't...
Well, I mean, I'm trying to just imagine a different non-conspiratorial thing, where it's like, maybe they just were business people, and they're like, okay... Like a long time ago, they're like, how do we make the best ingredients? How do we make the best food, make it taste the best? And then they took it too far, and then they had to keep competing, so then they started getting all this junk. That's the non-conspiratorial route, but like you said, I think it's more than likely that they're just trying to poison us to make us docile and weak and just...
I think that, they don't like, I don't know, maybe we're going too far here, but I don't think that they like... people being manly. I mean, I don't think they like people to be, they don't like women to be like real women, and they don't like men to be like real men. I mean, it's going down where, like you said, all the chemicals are bringing testosterone down and making people weak here, and I don't know. Yeah. It's pretty sad.
It is sad.
I mean, I don't want to go too far there, but...
I mean, it's a it's a rabbit hole that we could definitely go down, but it's... Yeah.
Otherwise, we just tell jokes.
Yeah. See, the people that are coming on here are probably like, what the heck? These guys...
This guy tells dick jokes most of the time. He's talking about all this stuff.
Yeah, who is this guy?
But, I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy.
Like even the bottled water.
Why would ingredients? I mean, we were talking about all this junk food and everything. Well, the carnivore diet. I know.
Right.
You're doing that right now.
I just started it yesterday.
I loosely am doing that, not like him, but I've done it in the past. I've done it for. I think I stuck strictly to the carnivore diet for about a month and a half one time, and I felt great. I mean, I lost weight. I was feeling stronger. I was sleeping better. Everything. And I was eating a lot of hamburger, a lot of steak and chicken, some fish. But I was keeping away from vegetables. And I was even cut down on, of course, I'm an energy drink guy, but I had cut down on that. It was good. I mean, and I think that they have such a problem with that. Everybody does. Well, that's not good for your heart. And the studies show that people that do the carnivore diet have heart problems. Well, if you look at, someone said online, Sean Baker, I watch him a lot. He's a carnivore guy. He was talking how like studies have shown that a lot of people that go on the carnivore diet are already overweight or they have health problems. So they try to do the carnivore diet to correct themselves. Well, what ends up happening then when they study those people, they were already so far gone as far as their health. Maybe they had heart issues because of weight and stuff. So then when they do the studies, well, now look at all these people with carnivore, they have health problems. Well, no, they already had those developing.
Right, yeah. If you take a fat guy and you're like, okay, we're going to use you for this research on the carnivore diet, and he's already got heart problems from all of his...
I could have some problems going on
from
right
all
now.
of his Diet Coke that he drank across the years. Right. And then you put him on this diet, then 3 months later you test him and he has problems from all that Diet Coke that he had, but it was actually clearing up or something from the carnivore diet. You're like, heart problems. It's caused by that. It's definitely not his previous diet that he was on for years and years and years. And that's another thing is like if you eat just normal food like humans are supposed to eat, like if you eat fruits, you eat vegetables, you eat home cooked meals, you're on a diet.
Yeah.
Like why not eating junk is a diet. Well, no, but I'm saying like a diet as in like people are like, "Oh, you're dieting." Right. No, I'm eating how humans have ate for hundreds and hundreds of years.
I mean, back in the day, they didn't have Doritos growing off the trees, so they ate normal.
I have heard of that actually.
Natural things, you know.
They had Diet Coke trees all over the place.
Yeah,
they were pretty common.
Well, I don't know. I mean, who knows?
I think before when I played around with the carnivore diet, I think I did it for like a day, literally. But I did a lot of research on it, and this was probably a year ago now, but. I remember I was like, in my mind, I was like, I don't want to do this really because I do enjoy it. I don't care now. Like, I don't miss anything, and I don't see myself missing anything.
I'm like, when I did it, the first week or so, week and a half, I thought, man, you just miss even like a texture or something because meat is different, like a chip. So what did I do? I got some pork rinds, and that kind of gives you that same thing as eating a bag of chips,
Yeah.
And it kind of replaces that because you're so used to eating that kind of thing,
I just know that, like, based on everything that I've heard and everything that I've researched, is that, like, the meat will make you feel, like, just amazing. Raw, like, make you feel like a human, like you're supposed to feel.
Right.
And so I don't care to eat that other junk.
And then if you throw in, like, intermittent fasting in there also,
yeah.
I mean, that gives you amazing health benefits. I've done that. I recently did, what did we do, like 86 hours or something?
Yeah, you copied Dana White.
Dana White talked about that. I thought, well, I'll try that. What the hell? And, I mean, I didn't. It was weird because after that, it was like I wasn't even, after 86 hours, I was supposed to start eating again. But I wasn't really even hungry because I think your stomach and stuff shrinks.
Well, like that ties into, I just did a jiu-jitsu tournament last Saturday. Mm-hmm. And I cut weight. And what I did last second was I drank a bunch of black coffee, starved myself of all food. I did a fast, and I had very little water. And afterwards, I wasn't even that hungry. I mean,
you had plenty of energy for the fight.
So. Well, I was pretty exhausted after that first fight.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you still got through it.
Yeah, I got through it.
So, but
yeah, I'm not complaining. It went good.
Yeah,
made weight.
Good.
And got second place, first jiu-jitsu tournament. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it was more exhausting than I thought it was going to be. It was actually kind of crazy because after the first, I had 2 matches, and the first match after that, I just felt I was like, I have to do this again. I was exhausted. I was
your
like
forearms, you said.
Yeah, I couldn't even hold a bottle of water hardly.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to do this again. I don't know if I can do this. I was like, gosh.
You did it.
Yeah, but I was just like in my brain, just like, this sucks. It was like a different level of uncomfort and stress that I haven't felt before. I don't know why, but I've never felt that before. But now I look back on it and I'm like, yeah.
Let's go again.
That feeling was awesome. That suffering.
Well, when you're in the gym and you're training and stuff, it's a little more, because you know what to expect, kind of. It's more a little bit pace different. There, you're on a time limit. These guys don't know what you're all about, so they're trying to go as fast as they can. They're trying to bring everything to you. Whereas when you're training, it's a little bit, not saying laid back, but slower paced, and you kind of know
you're more in it.
You're trained by the same person, so you kind of know what to expect.
Yeah, you know
different
their moves that they know, and
different trainer. You're not knowing what to expect, and neither's the other guy, so he's going to go balls out, and so are you. So I mean, neither one of you, if you're fresh at this, is going to know how it's going to be till it's over. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it was fun though, and I definitely want to do it again. But that feeling was just like, oh, I just feel.
Are you gonna is your dojo gonna do the one in Little Rock then?
I don't know if they will, but I am going to.
You're gonna do it for
sure. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So we won't say that in case we have fans that try to show up and.
They're not gonna do anything.
There's like 30 people.
Let them show up.
All in the stands.
Cool.
Ah, well, maybe we'll post about it before, but
yeah. You could put your fight up on Instagram too.
Yeah, I need to, and then you can throw it up in your story.
Sure. Yeah, people are interested in that.
You should train your judo. Well, I'll learn it eventually. The class that I do teaches a little bit of everything, so I know a little bit of judo throws and stuff like that, just a little bit, lightly. I am still pretty new. I don't want to act like I'm really good or anything, but I'm just a white belt.
Everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So I always liked, I mean, I know we've talked about this before in person, but Steven Seagal, I always...
Oh, Aikido.
But his was more, like you said, and I looked into it and stuff, was more like a defensive thing to take away swords, is what Aikido was actually originally made for. But in the movies, it looked cool. And then, of course, you see him in tournaments, or you used to, and he would, like, 3 guys come running at him and he's just flipping them all over. I always thought that looked cool, even though it might have been partially staged. I'm not sure. I mean, I've heard that he's a badass.
No, he's genuinely really, like, he's a professional at that, but it's just like, it's just like one of those things where it's like, where's the actual, like, if you put him against Conor McGregor, who knows how to kickbox, knows jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting, though?
No, like, Conor McGregor would just run him over.
No, but say like a young Steven Seagal in his prime
versus
Conor McGregor. What would happen there?
McGregor.
I know, I think so too, but
no,
wouldn't it be interesting to see, though?
Not really.
I don't know.
I saw that. What is his name? This UFC fighter. He's fighting at UFC 300. He was training with Steven Seagal, trying to get a little bit of tips on throwing an Aikido into.
I just thought it looked so smooth and just like effortless.
Well, it's going to look like that in Hollywood too.
I know, but even when you saw the tournaments and stuff, and I like to think that those. I mean, Joe Rogan even said that those weren't fixed. Those were actual tournaments he was doing. It just looked like people running at him. He's just moving his hands, like throwing them. It's kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Aikido is cool because you're like using other people's momentum and using their power to throw them off. And then it's
which
just
is a little bit of judo stuff there too.
Yeah.
So
I'd say the thing I've trained the most is jiu-jitsu though, for sure. And then probably kickboxing would be second. Yeah. Wrestling actually is a big one because my coach, he used to wrestle and stuff, so he throws a lot of... His jiu-jitsu style has a little bit of like a wrestle feel to it. Mm-hmm. And so, more aggressive and just, yeah.
I mean, I did a little when I was younger, a little taekwondo. I lost interest due to other things, but I went to one tournament, and that was, like you said, it was not at all what I expected. I mean, because what happened... I think the same thing that you know about is that I was, of course, just like a orange belt, or I don't remember what exactly, but I had, I think, 4 matches. I did good in the first 2, and then the third one, this guy was just like lightning fast and just destroyed me in this thing. Then I found out later, well, okay, he was only an orange belt in Taekwondo, but he was a black belt in karate. So I'm like, well, how is that? That's not really... Yeah. It wasn't really fair because they're pretty similar. So he was allowed to compete against me, not knowing much, as a black belt, and I was an orange belt. Yeah. In Taekwondo. So it's like, he just was like, I was like, what the hell was that? Just destroyed me in this thing. But it was fun still, so I don't regret it, but...
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do for my next one is I'm going to definitely train cardio a lot. I'm also upping my weight class because I rolled at 155 for this last one, but I'm going to do 170 because I want to put on weight anyways. I want to bulk up, but so I might as well just fight at the weight that I'm going to.
I don't know if the carnivore diet will bulk you up a lot.
I think if I have enough calories, it will.
Yeah, we'll see.
And I mean, if I start eating, 4,000 calories a day of meat, I mean, I don't know what that will do because of the high amount of protein, though, is the only thing. Because protein supposedly turns to fat if you have too much, right?
Supposedly. I don't know. I mean,
but I don't know.
Like if you look at these bodybuilders and stuff, of course, they're on a different... I mean, even like the natural ones, they say that they just cannot put on muscle weight while just, keto type diet or carnivore or whatever. They got to get those carbs in there because it kind of blows you up, a little bit. So now if you do the carnivore for a while and then toward the end, if you start taking in a bunch of carbs, I think that would work.
I just think if I eat enough, I'll be fine.
Yeah. We'll see. It's an experiment, right?
Bunch of eggs. I'll just keep upping the calories until it works. If I start putting on a gut, I'll be like, whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I'll cut back and I'll change my plan. But until then, I feel like if I eat enough meat and just...
suppose, they say the calories, if you're dieting, if you stay under your calories, or you're in a calorie deficit, if you ate cake all day, as long as you stay under the calories, you'll lose weight. So
I feel like
it would be the opposite way, that if as long as you're, in a surplus of calories, you would gain weight. So,
yeah, I just feel like whatever you're eating is just going to affect your mood and how you are. And I think that if you ate too much cake, you're going to put on weight, but I think it's going to be bad weight. It's going to be fat. If you are eating meat because it's just meat, I don't see how you could just put on a bunch of fat from eating. Like you don't think about, okay, this person eats 5 steaks a day. They're fat. No, you don't think about that.
Yeah, the guy,
if you think this guy eats 5 cakes a day, you're like, oh, he's fat.
The person riding around in the cart at Walmart probably didn't eat a bunch of steak.
Exactly, yeah. And so
that's mean, probably, but hey,
that's reality of how it is most of the time. And
don't you hate those though? I hate that thing.
The carts?
Yeah, if I see
they deserve
a guy,
to genuinely be there, like if there's someone missing a leg or something,
out of my way. Come on, people.
I feel like a lot of them too, the people that really shouldn't be on there, they are the ones that are they'll just stop right in the middle, and then they'll beep, beep, and they'll back right into you, and they're like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, why do people? I just ran into that today, as a matter of fact. I was in a gas station. I was getting a lottery ticket, whatever. I come out of there. There's 4 guys, like farmer guys. I'm sure they're great guys. But they were headed outside, all of them, right? Instead of going outside and going over here and talking, they stopped right in the aisleway, all 4 of them, and they're all talking there. I'm like, where's your common sense? People are coming in and out of here. If you want to talk, go over there. There's no one over there. Go right over there. Yeah. Talk 24 hours. I don't care. But... And you run into that in the grocery stores, too. People will stop. They'll have their carts, one lady going this way, the other going this way. Instead of going, hey, let's go into a wider area. I've missed you. I want to talk to you. They stop in the aisle when there's 30 people trying to just shop and get the hell out of there.
Yeah, and then you go in between them and you almost want to feel bad because you're interrupting their conversation.
Sorry.
Yeah, excuse me, sorry. I know you're in the way. But
if you're listening and you want to talk, get out of the way.
Yeah, from now on when people do that, I just walk right through them. I'm like, excuse me. I just walk right through them.
That's what I did today. I'm like, I wanted to say, what are you thinking here, standing right here in the doorway talking?
Yeah, they're goofballs.
Common sense. I mean, if I'm in a store and I need to look at my list or something, I will look behind me and then I move way over somewhere stupid where there's no one that is anywhere around.
Yeah.
And I look at my list. I don't want to inconvenience anybody.
Right, yeah.
Same reason. I mean, it's like when we go driving once in a while in the fall. Sometimes down here, the leaves are really pretty, right? So you slow down. You want to take pictures, a video, the fall leaves. Wow, And there's 20 cars behind you. What do? I will look for a driveway, pull off, let all those cars go past me. Then I'll go 40 miles an hour. But I'm not going to inconvenience the people back here.
Yeah, well, you never know.
I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody's trying to get to the hospital to see their mom that's dying or something.
Right, yeah. And
or they're trying to get to their job.
Yeah.
They're trying to get to a job, so I'm not going to But then you get behind people looking at leaves and you've got somewhere to go and they're just driving 35 miles an hour. You're like, come on, there's a spot, pull over, let all these people go. We're not trying to do that, common sense, people, come on.
Not too common anymore. A lot of people are talking about in here, they're talking like, someone said peanut butter and banana shakes, which like to bulk and stuff, and just saying different things to bulk. And it's just like, I feel like for me personally, if I'm eating all the stuff that has all that junk in it, well, not junk, but has carbs and stuff like that, I feel like I'm more obligated to cheat on the diet because I'm like, I'm having carbs anyway, so might as well go have a
that's true,
payday
I do
bar
that all the time.
Yeah, and if I'm on a carnivore diet, I'm like, I can't just go have that because I'm like, oh, well, it's broke. And I'm the type of person where it's like, I don't want to do that. I will have like a regret, and like I'll think about that for years. I'll be like, I shouldn't have done that, man. I just broke that. I broke my thing. Oh, why did I do that? Might as well
stick with it.
Yeah. It's like you lose that progress. Someone said here, they said the person that, I don't know if you saw, but they offered to make us some food if we came down to New Orleans.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and
cool.
He said that he's talking about judo. He's a second degree black
gator
belt.
tail guy here?
Yep.
Okay.
Second degree black belt. I actually don't do gi right now. I only do no gi, and maybe I'll go into gi. It's something that I'm not really interested in, honestly. No gi is far more. Yeah, no gi is far more interesting to me, though.
Well, that would be more similar to like a street fight, just regular.
Well, yeah, and it'd be like an MMA fight and stuff like that. That's how I think of it. Gi, I mean, there's definitely cool things you can do with gi. And gi can relate to a street fight because what it's supposed to, it's kind of like clothing. If someone had a hoodie on or something your clothing like that.
Against them, but yeah.
Yeah.
So you get used to that, then you go to fight someone at the swimming pool. What do? You got nothing to grab.
Yeah. Well, that's for no gi and sweaty and crap. So
yeah. How many people? Where are the people that are on here? So we got
concurrent
30
viewers.
people. Okay, cool.
No, 26.
26.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, common sense is not common anymore. I know. And, I have so many little things that irritate me. Like, for a perfect example, if you're at a light and the green arrow turns green, I know normal situations you don't tailgate people, right? When the arrow turns green, get on everybody's ass. Let's get as many cars through there as we can. I hate it.
Well, I do remember this one time I was in Harrison, Arkansas, and I was tailgating this guy a little bit. Not even that extreme at first. I took it up a notch after what he did. But I was pretty close to him because it was heavy traffic, and I was trying to make it through lights, and I was trying to make it places. And so this guy got mad at me, and he started, throwing his hands around like a crazy nerd. And eventually, he flipped me off because, he brake checked me. I dropped back a little bit, and then I just got right back up on him because I'm like, dude, piss off. And so he flipped me off eventually. And so I got really close to him. He slammed on his brakes the final time, put it in park, got out of his car, and started walking towards me. So, me being me, I just got out of the car too and started walking towards him. He's like, get off my ass! And I'm like, we're in traffic. Shut up. You're fine.
Yeah.
And then he saw me in Walmart, and he just did not want to hold eye contact. It was funny.
But when you got a green arrow, I mean, I see so many people that just hesitate so much, and you have, say you have 10 cars there. All 10 cars could make it through, but they hesitate so much that only 4 of them make it through. And that really screws up traffic and people's
slows
plans
it down,
and everything, because I know normally you don't ride people's ass, but on a green arrow, get on their ass, let's get through the light, we can all do this.
Yeah.
That just irritates the hell out of me. So, yeah, yellow means speed up.
Correct.
We just did a joke about that. So what's everybody thinking anyways?
Someone said got to work on mental strength then. I'm assuming they're talking about for jiu-jitsu and MMA type things, and it's just... Yeah. Mental strength is definitely a big thing.
Definitely. That one thing I told you earlier that you said you saw also with William Shatner, of all people, talking to Mike Tyson. And
yeah.
He said there was 2 Tysons, and he kind of becomes a different person when he steps in the ring, and he doesn't even like that person. But that's kind of true. You got to let go of everything and just focus. And, I guess if someone could channel all their bad thoughts and all their negativity into one time, that would be a good time to do it.
Yeah.
When you're going to beat someone up. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even look at it like I'm angry at the other person.
No, because they personally didn't do anything.
Well, it's not even like releasing
there.
anger for me. For me, it's just kind of like, I don't want to lose.
Right.
I don't want to lose. If I lose, okay, I'll learn a lesson from it anyways, but I don't want to. I just want to win. And so...
They're there for the same reason you are. So
yeah.
You got nothing against them personally. It's not like some of these other fights where the fighter and... like MMA, they kind of get to know each other and have an actual reason.
Beef sometimes.
I really don't like that guy. I heard what he said here, but the guys you're going up against most of the time,
I don't even know them until I'm there most of the time. I mean, maybe eventually if I go to enough of them, I'll be like, oh, that guy.
And then you'll have an actual reason to trigger.
I'll have a beef with them, yeah. Be like, oh, that guy. But everyone at this jiu-jitsu tournament was very... respectful.
Yeah.
There wasn't like anybody that was really disrespectful or anything that I noticed.
I always love it when you're done with a fight, two guys beating the hell out of each other, one guy pins you or wins, and then they get up to shake hands, they go shake hands with the coach, and it seems genuine. That's the way it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to respect the craft, because fighting is a thing where it's like you're getting in a situation that most people dread being in reality, in like real life. Nobody wants to get in a street fight.
Well, you're choosing to do it.
Yeah. Most people don't want to get in a street fight. They're like, well, no, especially if I'm in front of like my girlfriend, say, because what if I lose in front of her, and it'd be embarrassing. And so a lot of people are like that. And then you're going out there deliberately getting into a fight, deliberately getting into conflict with somebody, knowing that you could lose. And it's like you have to kind of reduce your ego to even be like humble and stuff. Victory or defeat, you have to be humble.
Right.
So,
and you got to look at it too that okay, if you get beat, you might fight that guy 20 other times and beat him every other time, but he just happened to get something in on you didn't defend against. So it's not like you can be too down on yourself either.
Well, and it's like if you lose, you did something wrong, because it's one of those things where fighting is a thing where it's like you messed up. You lost because of you. There's nothing.
Some way.
No, every way. Because lucky punch doesn't exist. That guy was training for years and years and years to get a lucky punch on you. Lucky punch. And then he happened to hit it, so it was lucky.
But he could have known something that you didn't know also, that you're not far enough to know.
Well, that's your fault, though.
Your fault.
Yeah, it is. You didn't train enough. That's the way I see it. Like, my coach said that the guy that I went against shouldn't have been where he was belt ranking. Yeah, the second guy that I faced, he shouldn't have been where he was belt ranking wise. I don't blame that at all. The way I see it is I didn't know what he knew. He was better than me because he's trained more than me. He's put in more time than me. He's learned more things than me. So, yeah, he should have beat me. Of course. It's my fault. So then when I have footage of both my fights, and I've watched both of them back, the one I won and the one I lost. I watched them both back dozens of times to try to see what I did. I talked to my coach. I'm like, okay, how do I fix this? Why did that happen? How can I do this better? Why? Like my first match, even though I won, it was so sloppy. I went to my back so many times. Yeah. Just stupidly. And so I was like, why? And he's like, well, because you did this, because you did this, act like this,
so
go to
that.
this. Yeah, exactly. So I told him, I said, when we're rolling, if you see me go to my back for no reason at all, make me run. Make me suffer, because then I'll be like, oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like to blame everything on me because it gives me power. Because if I would have been like, well, I lost because that guy shouldn't have been here, and it's okay though.
Doesn't give you
what did I learn?
Improve, then?
Nothing. Even if it wasn't my fault, if something happens, it wasn't my fault, I'm still gonna blame me, because then I can change something positive about my life to fix it.
Sometimes I see that. Not all.
Most of the time. Every time.
Yeah, not every time for me, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's just the way that I see it.
Like if I'm driving and there's a drunk driver and I go through a green light and a drunk driver T-bones me, that was not my fault at all.
Well, the way you could see that is you could be like, well, what did I do before? Why did I leave at the time I left? I could have left earlier. I could have left later. I could have got more work done and left later.
But I shouldn't have to leave early because someone's drunk driving. You know, I shouldn't have to affect my life. That was totally that guy's fault. As far as I'm concerned.
It is his fault, but you could still self-analyze and see what you did that you can...
If you're able to, or if you're dead or in a wheelchair the rest of your life.
Well, even if you're in a wheelchair, you can self-analyze, see what you could have done better. Then you can... Even if you're in a wheelchair, you can still do stuff.
I do think there's certain things you cannot blame yourself at all, though. Just me. But
I think that there are things that you can't blame yourself, but you can still self-analyze to make things better in your own life as a result of that. So if something horrible happens to you, like that scenario, you could still self-analyze and say, I could have done this better. Is that the reason? No. It was because the guy was drunk driving. It's not your fault. But you can still self-analyze and say, okay, I could have done that better, so I'm going to do that next time. And then you improve your life because you got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Was it your fault? No. But you could still improve your life because of it. You can take every negative and make it a positive. Even if it's not your fault. If it is your fault, it doesn't matter. Dog's angry about something.
He's angry. I don't think they can hear that, but...
Oh, they might be able to. I don't know.
We have a Great Pyrenees that's... Well, he's supposed to have been a Great Pyrenees, but he only... if you've seen him in any videos, he obviously is not purebred. And we thought he was, but he ended up like some kind of mutation. I don't know what he is exactly. But he's... Instead of being like over 100 pounds, he's probably what, maybe 60? Yeah.
Probably.
But he's kind of psychotic. We went on a vacation a few years back, and we kind of hesitated boarding him, and we did. And then I think something bad happened while we were gone, and he completely was a different dog when we got back. And now he's even kind of aggressive to us, sometimes for absolutely no reason. So it's kind of like, it's almost like you feel sorry for him more, because I think that, like you said, this is something that kind of, in a way, is our fault for the way he is. So blaming him, he's a good dog 90% of the time, and 10% he wants to kill us. So,
but it's like if we would have figured out a different thing, like so exactly. See, if we wouldn't have self-analyzed it,
I mean, when he comes at me on the rear, he doesn't do it very often, but once in a while, if he actually comes at me, I just back away, and I'm not going to like smack him because he was never like that before we did what we did.
Right.
So I believe.
And see, now next time we've talked about we're either going to take him or we're going to figure something else out.
Like when we went on the last trip, we figured something else out, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't want to, and I don't know if I can't guarantee that something weird happened to him. I mean, we had 3 other dogs in the same place, and they act the same.
They're different, though. They're not house dogs, really. They're separated from humans already. As
soon as we went and got him, he was just completely different. And they had called us on the trip and said that they had problems with him, and he snapped at him, which was not like him at all. So I don't know what happened there, but I don't know.
Who knows?
It's sad in a way, but...
It is sad that he's different now, but he's still a playful dog. And
no, most of the time.
Most of the time, unless he's on his bed.
Sometimes he's laying on the bed, and you'll sit down and start petting him, and he wags his tail and loves it. Other times you start to pet him, and he just looks at you like, you don't touch me or I will kill you. And we're like, hey, it's good. You're good. Okay, see you later. It's like...
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'll pet you later.
And he's super fast for his size. Real fast.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He
good
catches
luck.
You throw a ball for this dog, he's like one of them Frisbee dogs you see in the park that can jump through the air, and he's just super fast for his size. It's really weird.
He looks like a catcher on baseball. Just...
I mean, I've never seen... We've had a lot of dogs through the years. We have 5 right now, but I've never seen a dog that is so intense playing ball. I mean, he
plays that like he's an NFL player.
Right.
Like he's playing in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Like he depends on that to get his check or something.
That's his income.
When you get the ball, he's just like in a different world. He's so focused, and for his size, he moves like lightning. I mean, it's just unbelievable, but...
He's fast.
It's weird because we've had other dogs that are like, okay, the ball, yeah, I'll go get the ball. He's just like waiting for that, and just the intensity and stuff.
It's his life.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's cool in that way, though. It is fun playing ball with him to see how intense he gets sometimes.
It's just insane.
And he learns fast,
like
too.
You said, the dogs you played ball with, like over at...
Oh, yeah, my girlfriend, one of her dogs.
They like playing ball.
Yeah, they love it. Like, they'll play constantly, and they'll run fast after it, but it's just like...
They don't have that intensity
it's
or
like
focus.
He's so intense about it. It's just like, okay, calm down. It's almost intimidating. Because, like, you're looking at him, and he's just staring into your soul, waiting for you to throw that ball.
Yeah, he, like, lives for that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Bill
Foss says he loves listening to us. Interesting subjects and learning so much. I don't know if you should learn so much necessarily from us. Just
we're educating
Be entertaining.
People.
I mean, that's...
I feel like we're educating people on this live. A little bit.
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, we talked about global warming.
If people get off here and feel better, then that's good.
We talked about self-analyzing. We talked about MMA.
We talked about Mike Tyson.
That's
so excited about that.
I hope it's not a flop, and I hope nothing happens weird with it.
I just keep waiting. Oh, the Mike Tyson fight's been called off.
It's been postponed.
Come on.
For 6 months.
Just do it. He's training like a maniac. I love those videos. I mean, I don't know how many of these guys... on here watch him on like Instagram.
Oh, there's YouTube, a lot because if you go look at how many likes his thing has.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
That one that he said at the end, day 3, still want to with me.
Right.
That one got like, I want to say 20 million views in like a day.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Do you guys think an indoor frisbee golf styled after mini golf would be cool with the ramps and lights? Indoor frisbee. I don't know if you'd have enough room to really,
Well, make it a big enough place.
Yeah, I mean, if the place is big enough. One of them golf places that's like a big dome thing or something, that'd be cool. Yeah. We went to, my wife and daughter and I went to a golf place down in Nashville just like a few weeks back. That place was crazy. I mean, we're used to the ones like in Branson, Missouri. This one, it was really expensive, but it was kind of cool at the same time. The golf balls had like trackers inside of them. So you didn't have to keep track of your scores or anything. It like, when you hit it, it could sense that. And they had screens everywhere that showed your score. And then there was like little bonus things you could do to make more points or whatever. But it was indoor. It was like in a big bar thing and stuff. But that was kind of neat because when it went in the hole, the ball would light up. And then it'd show on the screen how many holes, It's like, wow, you don't even have to carry around the little pad and the little half pencil they always give you with no eraser,
Yeah.
So that was kind of different, but I don't know. Mini golf and indoor frisbee. I'd try it, sure. So what else?
Well, we have that solar eclipse coming up.
Yeah. I watched, there was like a deal on, I forget which social media had it, but it showed like, what it's going to look like for every state, for Hawaii, all the way down to us. We're actually right in the path.
Yeah, we're like perfect.
It's going to go completely dark for us for, I think, like 3 minutes is the time. And the whole thing lasts like an hour from where it starts to cover it to where it moves off of it. So
right.
I know Walmart is going crazy with the glasses.
Well, everyone is, really.
Yeah. So... And they said someone, I think it was Mrs. Guy said you're not even supposed to take a video with your phone because it's so intense. It can actually mess up your phone.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know. I told her I'm just going to be looking at it through binoculars, so I don't need a phone.
Yeah, you should be fine if you do that. Just do it where you're looking far away. That gets rid of the light.
Right.
So you'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like you're directly looking at it.
But it crosses like we're like in the immediate path. And they said Arkansas, this area, there was actually a map that came out that showed the traffic patterns. Because I guess after it happens, the traffic is going to just be horrible around here. Like 65 and everywhere because people leaving, a lot of people will take time to come in to get somewhere to see it, camping, whatever they do. But then when they leave, of course, it's like after a game. Everybody's leaving all at once, so it's going to be... This whole state in this area is going to be horrible,
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
I don't know. Could be interesting. Of course, they've talked about, there we go in the conspiracy
The conspiratorial world.
It's
a distraction. It's a cover-up.
So...
The world's going to end April 8th.
Oh, yeah. for the millionth time in my lifetime.
Exactly. It's going to end. No, but what if they blew up the moon or something? Think about this. Everyone's going to be looking up at space. There's the moon. They
blow up the moon.
What if they blew up the moon?
What would be the point of that? They're trying.
They blame it on aliens.
They're mining it though and stuff. They can't blow it up.
But what if they blame it on aliens?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big event. If aliens blew up the moon for real, we'd be like, oh, that's not good. If they did it and we didn't know, we'd think we're at World War Internet or Galactic.
Right. I was watching a video this morning somewhere and it showed like one of the craters on the moon. It showed it opening up, you know, and a spaceship going down in it and stuff. And it looked fake to me. But then I got to thinking, well, of course, in the comments, everyone's like, oh, this is AI. Someone typed this in. But AI is getting so good that AI eventually could be better than real life. Yeah. So what if a real event happens and they just say, no.
You can't believe your own eyes. You can't believe it.
AI. Don't look at that.
Yeah.
And people will be like, yeah, I guess they're right. AI
that looks way too real.
So they could actually end up blaming everything that's real on AI. I mean, there was that video online.
Somebody put that in.
There was a video online of a car. It looked like, you know, one of these third world countries where there was war and everything. And a car was in an intersection. It was on fire. It looked like it had been blown up. The car's on fire. Looked 100% real. It wasn't real at all. And people were just walking through this car and stuff, going on with their daily lives. It wasn't even there.
Oh, yeah.
But it looked real.
Oh, yeah.
So what if they make stuff... I mean, they could blame something that really happens. They could just say, no, that didn't ever happen.
Oh, yeah, that was some, like, well, some AI. Guy made an AI
So it's kind of like great cover, really.
Well,
I mean, what if there is stuff on the moon and they just say, no, come on, it's AI.
Yeah, what? We're on the moon? You're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, what if they say, we're going to the moon?
So it's like a reverse conspiracy.
Yeah, but it's like, now it's to the point where you can't, like, before you couldn't really believe what to hear. Oh, yeah, like you would hear things from like the political right side, the political left side. You hear things from CNN, from Fox, from people on Twitter, from people on the conspiratorial sites, mostly on like Telegram or something like that. You'd hear just all these different things. You don't know what to believe. There's no. That's
why I stopped watching.
But now it's to the point where, with AI and how good it's getting, and it's only going to get better, you can't believe what you see. You can't believe what you see. You can't believe what you hear. I mean, pretty soon they're gonna just who knows?
They could do whatever.
Artificial smells they can put in the air. You can't believe what you're smelling anymore. Who knows? Yeah.
That's scary, really.
Yeah.
I mean, they could send you a video of somebody you know doing something that you'd never expect, that never happened. You'd be like, wow, that's shocking, but it never even happened.
Yeah, like let's say somebody irritates somebody too important and they can just make an AI, or they're like, well, we don't have any actual beef on this person, so let's just make something of them doing someone. Well, yeah, just a heinous crime, someone doing something horrible, release it to the public and look at them, they did it. I mean, there's AI things that can break down if it is AI, but
who has access to that though?
Everybody, it's on ChatGPT.
Okay, but how much longer will
how good will it be? And, right. I mean, there's a thing where ChatGPT was, I don't know if it was ChatGPT actually. It was a kind of AI. An AI was asked, so there's CAPTCHA. There's that thing where, you know, you're logging into a site and it's like, click this box to prove you're not a robot. Yeah. They had an AI software test that to see if AI could get through it.
And it figured it out.
And it figured it out. They said, you need to lie to the system in order to get through. And so the robot, they had it document it's the AI's thought process. And it's like, well, I can't let it know it's a robot. So I know I look suspicious. So I'll tell that the robot controlling the CAPTCHA that I have a disability. And that's why I'm not very fluent in it. The AI came with that on its own. Yeah.
It's starting to think.
It thinks for itself. It thinks through different things that are in the internet. And think about this. Okay, so Elon Musk recently released on X the Grok, his AI thing.
Yeah.
So ChatGPT is based on articles from the internet. That's how it gets its information. That's what it's trained on. Grok is trained on X. It's trained on people's conversations. So it learns how humans are, genuinely. It doesn't learn the fancy articles that people are typing up. Gotta look professional for my job. It's learning from what people are just talking about in conversation. So it's going to know how humans talk, so it'll be able to replicate how humans are talking.
That's scary stuff.
It can look through, because, I mean, there's 500 million or something like that posts on X a day. So it's taking all of those posts and learning about humans in every way possible.
Imagine if it picks up on some of our crazy stuff we say.
Yeah, it's probably like, blue because ice cream doesn't have bones. Hold on, what?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, pretty soon AI will just be talking like us. We could
affect AI to talk gibberish and shut this whole thing down before
we
it
could
starts.
save the world.
Right.
Yeah. But it's definitely, it's crazy.
I don't really like it too much. I mean, I know we've used some of it, but
it's one of those things where it's like, okay, think about all throughout the ages. Think about the first people that started using gunpowder. You know, there was a lot of people that were like, hey, you know, that could be, there's some benefits to it, but that could be really dangerous. You can blow stuff up.
And bad.
Yeah, exactly. There will always be people that use the next technological advancement for bad, and then it'll be for good.
Yeah.
And so far, the track record for the past of humanity is good always wins. It goes in cycles, but like every time that a country has developed something, it always ends up good somehow. It ends up bad for somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, I knew that gunpowder was going to ruin it. I knew it.
Yeah, it kind of ties into what we said before, that I just think we're getting, because of technology, we're going too fast, faster than we should right now.
Faster than we can control?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't want a chip in my head. I have enough headaches as it is.
Well, you're old enough. I don't know if it'll be rolled out completely by the time.
I'll be dead before I have to worry about this stuff. So that's the good news here.
I probably won't be. I'll have to deal with it.
Have fun with that.
Yeah.
You'll be fighting Terminators and stuff.
Light work.
Stepping on skulls and everything. No, I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy though.
Would you want the ability to mute your senses if AI got too advanced? I don't know. Mute my senses? No, just theirs, I think.
AI doesn't have senses.
Yeah.
Would I want to mute my senses? No, because senses are what make you human. And I wouldn't want to become a machine. Might as well just be the machines. Yeah. Right. So.
It's a weird thing to think about, though.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Have you seen the videos of the people that are, like, on a sunny day, they're taking their regular phones, whether you have a Galaxy or iPhone, whatever, and they're aiming them up there and they're changing the filters. And I think it's just probably some glitch in the phone, but they're actually seeing stuff in the sky that looks like a computer program type, like a flat sky.
Well, that could just be weird. No, that could be weird stuff with the phone.
But they're putting it, like, they'll move from the blue sky, they'll move to a cloud and it stops. They'll move to a tree, it stops. They go back to the blue sky, it's there again.
Could
it looks
just be
like
the
a
color
computer
blue.
grid. It looks like a grid in the sky. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what to think of that. I don't know. Because there's all this talk about, flat Earth, which I don't believe that at all. I want to go on record. I don't believe that. But I do think there is some weird things. I think that they can, do things that we don't even understand. I mean, if AI, say the stuff we have for AI right now.
Oh, it's definitely at least 5 to 10 years old.
Yeah.
If not older.
The military, imagine what they have, what they can do. They could literally, like, that's why when I see, like, say the stuff going on with the celebrities, when I see stuff that they've supposedly done these things, even if they have pictures, they can make those pictures. I don't believe that stuff anymore. 10 years ago, I'd have thought, oh, why is that guy doing that? Or that's horrible. Now, they could take any one of you and make you do anything they want in a video, completely fake, and it would look real. Military could do that. Governments can do that. So what do you believe there anymore? They say, like, Puff Daddy right now, big deal right now. What's going on with that? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Is it a conspiratorial thing? Is it like he actually did something? Is it?
But
who knows?
If they bring out pictures,
how can you believe him?
I know nothing about him. I couldn't tell you what he's saying. I don't know anything about him.
I don't even know what the allegations are necessarily.
I don't like him. I don't hate him. I know nothing about the guy. Nothing at all. I've just seen in the news, they raided his house. He supposedly flew away to the Caribbeans, right?
Some island.
I don't know. Did he? Maybe not. Did he? I get it. But I don't know. And if they come out later and say, here's what he did, I don't even know if that's real anymore.
Yeah.
Because all this stuff, they can make you do whatever they want you to do now. Mm-hmm. And that's scary stuff to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, not that most of us are important enough that they would care. But he is.
Well, it is scary if you want to be a successful person. Like, they can just frame you.
They could take him either direction. He could be a good guy, and everybody's going to be like, oh, he did this. Look at the pictures. Or he could be horrible. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God, look at this guy. And maybe he did nothing wrong. I don't know anything about the guy. That's all. I mean, just weird to think about that. That's where we're at.
Yeah, it's a scary reality for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. What do people think out there?
Every conspiracy has some facts based in it that got too lost by the twisting of it. Yeah, I mean, it's like the stories that turn into myths and stuff.
Well,
they
even
started
like Bigfoot
on
or something.
Yeah.
Bigfoot, whether he's real or not, I don't know. I kind of think it's cool to think he probably is somewhere. Whether he is or not, I don't know. I'm not one of those guys that's going to go out chasing him or something. But
oh, yes, we are.
At some point, there was something that made enough people believe that it was real. Whether or not all of them died or something happened. I mean, you know.
Someone saw something.
At some point, there was enough people to see something and tell enough stories that became a reality. Whether it was, I don't know. But I picked Mike Tyson KO JP in the first round. Yeah, I hope it. I'd actually like to see like 2 or 3 rounds
let it carry on.
I guess Netflix, it's not free. You got to pay. So I thought originally it was.
What is the
free.
pay-per-view price?
I don't know.
Probably like
$60.
Well, it depends because I know like the UFC when they have like 5 fights on a main card, it's like 60 to 70.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that going to be the only fight?
Probably.
You don't think they're going to throw some other stuff in there to build up to it? They usually do.
No, because this is like a main event.
So literally, this could last like 10 seconds. Mm-hmm. I mean, you pay $60, 10 seconds.
Well, think about that too. If it lasts 10 seconds and they're making 30, 40 million, how much are they making per second? Like $3 million a second.
And you said earlier, because I asked you, I said, would you fight Mike Tyson for $40 million?
No, thank you.
You said no. Now, think about that. Statistically.
Think about that. He could punch you in the face and brain damage, you're done.
Yeah, but look at statistics. How many boxers in history have actually died? I don't know that number.
A lot.
But I mean, really.
A lot.
Percentage-wise. You have a pretty good percentage that he's going to hit you. It's going to hurt. You're going to be knocked out, probably in the hospital for a week or 2. But then you're going to wake up and you're going to have $40 million.
Yeah, well.
I mean, really.
1,600 boxers have died in 120 years.
Okay. That's
13
pretty good
deaths
odds.
a year.
So look at that compared to like even driving a car. You got better odds. You're going to be fine. So if someone said,
but
Hayden.
That's Mike Tyson.
But if someone said, Hayden, drive up to Springfield, Missouri for $40 million. And then you looked at the statistics of car accidents. It's going to be greater than that.
It's Mike Tyson.
I don't care. I'd still do it. I'm going to lose.
That's like, okay.
I would lose.
That's like taking your analogy that you just used and saying, but here's the thing. You don't get to drive up there in a normal car. This car has a bomb in it that might go off.
Hey, you know, I'm old. So
yeah, you're older. That's like taking a box of Cheerios.
Mike Tyson would destroy me.
Someone hands you a box of Cheerios and is like, well, there's one in there that's poisonous.
Hey.
Do you want to eat 10 of them for $40 million? No, thank you. Because why?
Try that.
Well, you're old.
It's
you're
like
crazy.
Deal or no deal or something. I mean, come on, pick a case. No, I think that for $40 million, if someone said, you will fight Mike Tyson, I'd be like, okay, I might die or I'm going to be messed up for a long time. I would be like, but when I wake up in a week or so, I will have $40 million. And then I don't ever have to fight again. I don't have to worry about it. $40 million. That goes a little ways. I mean,
it goes a little ways. 40 mil is enough to do a lot.
I could buy a double wide somewhere on a nice couple acres. I mean, you know.
Yeah, in today's market.
Right. So
buy a shack in the woods for that.
So I think I would just say, yeah, what the hell. And then you know, I would go out there. I'd probably take one swing. He'd take another swing. I'd be knocked out. I'd be like incapacitated for a couple weeks, and then I'd be good.
Gator asked, he said, who would win, Bigfoot or Mike Tyson? And it made me think because I
Bigfoot
heard
would
a story.
totally win.
Well, no, I heard a story. Mike Tyson was at a zoo one time, and he asked the zookeeper, he's like, hey, I'll pay you. I don't remember what the amount was. It was like $1,000 or $10,000.
Gorilla would destroy
No,
Mike Tyson.
yeah, a gorilla. He's like, let me in the cage and fight a gorilla.
That would rip his arm.
Oh, it would destroy Mike Tyson.
That's not even comparable.
Yeah.
Human, though, I mean, the guy's a badass. But a gorilla, no. No one, I mean, there's not possible.
Yeah.
Those things are like, what, 8 times or 10 times as strong as the strongest guy on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
They could literally, even an orangutan could just grab your arm and just pull it right off.
Mm-hmm.
With no, I mean, it wouldn't even,
Yeah.
you don't mess with those. So.
Yeah, no.
Bigfoot versus Godzilla. Well, Godzilla, of course, because he's so huge. Bigfoot would just be like on the ground. Godzilla's shooting all this stuff at him. I mean, Walmart. Do you need? Walmart is talking to us here.
Yeah.
Do you need a job? Would you love to? We would love to have you as a greeter. I mean, because we were talking how old I am, so I could stand at the door. Welcome to Walmart. Hey, can I check your receipt, sir? Now I mean, is the ARP going to tune in here next?
ARP?
Yeah, AARP.
Bum, 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 bum. Isn't that them?
They're going to be on here. Yeah, they're going to be on here next.
AARP.
Are there any nursing homes ads for me? I mean, what's next? Hearing aids? I mean, Walmart's want me to be a greeter here. Where did that even come from? Is that real?
No, it's not real.
Is this some guy's name? Walmart?
Yeah.
Okay. What was that one we were driving the day and we were doing the live and somebody got me to say something really stupid. Do you remember what that was?
No.
Just like, oh my God.
I don't remember what it was.
But I said it. Their name was something really horrible.
I heard you reading them setting it up because I was driving, and then I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then you said it, and I'm like, oh my God.
When we did lives on this other platform, I used to like talk to people and acknowledge people as they came in and stuff. And somebody's name was something, it was similar to like The Simpsons, what they used to do. Hey, you know, this is Bob on my shaft here. And I read their name and it was like horrible. As soon as I read it, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Yeah. They totally got me. It was awesome. I love that.
Yeah, so, it was funny.
That was so funny. I wish you could remember what. Can we go back and figure that out? That was funny.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh.
I think we're ready to wrap up, aren't we?
Sure. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I hope you guys had fun. Be watching our socials the next couple days because we're going to be announcing something.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. there's something. 4 p.m. Central Time, there's going to be something coming out.
If you go to
shoptheguy.com or check any of our sites, any of our socials that we're on, and you will see something. We're doing a little something. So be ready for that. Little something.
Yep.
Gator Tail, go to my Instagram, Guy Jr. 671, and follow me. If I'm ever in New Orleans, that area, we can roll. You can show me some judo. I wouldn't mind training. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be very cool.
We like to travel. So if just throwing this out there, if anybody's listening, we like to go to Airbnbs kind of. And do little things there and stuff and help people out and tag them. We've done a lot of that on Instagram. So if anybody has any ideas about that or anything, we're welcome to it. Just DM us and send us a message, whatever. So
yeah, you have anything you want us to
give you a shout
or anything? Let us know.
On any of our platforms.
If you DM me, you have a better chance of getting to me because
I get a lot.
He has a lot of requests coming in, so
yeah, but we're happy to if somebody wants to, if you want to work with us in any way or something, we're cool with that.
Also, you can go to Shop the Guy, go to the contact page, and email us, and we'll see it there for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
But thanks for watching.
Thank you guys.
Have
we'll
a
be
great
back
night.
On next week.
Yeah. Have a good night. Thank you.